What is up, YouTube? James Baek here, and welcome back to another episode of the Battle Spot Doubles Ladder series, where we go on the Battle Spot Doubles Ladder and just play some games. Now, today we are back on the Battle Spot Doubles Ladder, of course, and we are using one of my, I don't know, like in 2014, one of my favorite Pokemon. I love Manectric. I don't know what is really about it. I guess it's like a Raikou, but I like Manectric. I really do. I think it was a really cool Pokemon back in Gen 3. So we're using a Mega Manectric team with Heatran, Cresselia, Landorus, Tapu Fini, and Vanilluxe. I actually got to double check because I just saw a Manectric here and I'm like, ooh, I want to use Manectric. Let's see what this team consists of. Okay, standard Manectric with Flamethrower. Okay, Chocoberry Heatran, standard Trick Room Cresselia with Toxic, and Icy Wind. Okay, Ground Nimsy Landorus, leftovers Carmine Fini, and Assault-Vest Vanilluxe. Huh. Oh well, let's just get straight into it. This should be a pretty fun team. We are still in the lower ladder, so I feel like this team can do some pretty good work. And I don't know, I just love Mega Manectric. I really do. If you haven't checked out the last episode, I highly recommend go checking it out. But we did go 3-0, and we had one person DC in the beginning, so 4 wins. 15-13 rated player with the team of Primarina, Snorlax, Araquanid, Goodra, Celesteela, and Garchomp. So definitely a bit of an interesting team. Celesteela, well, I do have Heatran plus Landorus. Carmine Fini does really a lot of working in this game. Kind of a problem because I want to bring Landorus, but I don't think Landorus is the call. I really don't think Landorus is the call here. Do I have knockoff? I mean, I have Ground Nimsy. Oh, I do have knockoff, so maybe it is useful for the Snorlax. Maybe I don't want to bring Cresselia because Cresselia doesn't really do much other than Icy Wind. Actually, I don't really have a... Toxic would be good though, but if I bring Fini anyway, yeah. I think I want to bring the following: Tapu Fini, Landorus, Heatran, and Manectric. I think I'll lead Manectric since I think Manectric's a pretty good call. Combined with Landorus right away so I can start knockoffing. Tapu Fini and Heatran in the back seems pretty good to me. So let's see how this is going to go. This is definitely going to be an interesting battle. Ground Nimsy on Landorus is just going to be able to pick up a KO. It's definitely going to be able to pick up a KO. Unless I target into a Celesteela switching. Let's see how this is gonna go though. Biggest threat to the team is Snorlax. I do have to be worried about Snorlax. I need to knock off its berry. If I don't knock off its berry, it's a problem. So I need to keep Landorus decently healthy. As Primarina Goodra's gonna lead. Oh. So I don't know, man. I can't tell what my opponent's gonna do. There are a bunch of plays. Sparkling Aria. Protect. I just want to protect Manectric just to scout, and I think I'll just... Oh, I don't have U-turn. I could Tectonic Rage to Goodra and pick up the knockout. I'm pretty sure Tectonic Rage will be able to pick up the knockout, to be honest, which is why I kind of want to go for it. Actually, I should be able to KO Primarina with a Thunderbolt, so I'm just going to go for Thunderbolt Tectonic Rage. I don't think there's a reason not to. Maybe Primarina switches down to Garchomp, but I kind of doubt it, to be honest, because I'm not sure if you actually bring Garchomp to my team with Landorus, Cresselia, and Fini. So, Manectric's going to come out. Mega Manectric coming in. I love this Pokemon. I haven't really used it so much since 2014, though. Of course, it did get second at Worlds in 2016. Thunderbolt's going to come out onto Primarina. Primarina is pretty bulky, so yeah, it's going to be able to live. And Tectonic Rage is going to come out. This should be able to knock out Goodra. There's no Intimidate. I mean, this base 145 attack on Landorus, so it's even stronger than Garchomp's Tectonic Rage, and then Garchomp's Tectonic Rage usually KO'd most Goodras. So this should be able to pick up a knockout, barring a weird max defense, I guess, set. But Primarina might be a bit annoying. It might go for Sparkling Aria here, and could potentially get double knockout if it's specs, so maybe I should have just Volt Switched like I thought. Or he goes for the Z move. Oh, I have to cover this up. It's not legal. So, unfortunately, it's not legal for me to show this because Nintendo has copyrighted this. Nintendo has copyrighted it, and unfortunately, it's such a good Z move too, so I do have to cover this up. I'm sorry for anyone who actually wants to see it. There is a video online by Pokemon, but Yeah, I'm not legally allowed to show this because of the fact, and it's just targeting my lines. Man, that's such a good animation too. Maybe I'll just put in the thumbnail. I'll just put in the thumbnail, yeah. That's such a cool move. If you haven't ever seen Primarina's Z move, I highly recommend go checking it out. I hope the Como Z move also doesn't get a copyright strike like the Eevee one and the Primarina one. Those are the only two I believe that are currently copyrighted. Well, that's kind of bad since I did lose the best answer to Garchomp. I'm gonna go on the top of Feeny here because Garchomp might come in. Garchomp's definitely a scary Pokemon for me to handle now. Yep, Garchomp's gonna come out. That's bad. I guess it comes down to what's in the back. Although I think I can just protect and I think Calm Mind here because a Calm Mind should allow me to knock out Garchomp with Moonblast, and the fact that, you know, having that Calm Mind up is huge for me. Having that Calm Mind is huge because if he protects the Garchomp, let's say. But Prima's going to protect, okay. Which is fine here, as Garchomp's just going to fire off an Earthquake, which is going to target down. The problem is if it's Z-move Garchomp. If it's Z-move Garchomp, that's pretty bad. It is pretty bad if it's Z-move Garchomp, isn't it? Because it can knock out my Feeny. It can definitely knock out my Feeny. So I'm going to Calm Mind up here. And I guess the question is, what kind of Garchomp is it? I think that's the question. What kind of Garchomp is it? I think I can just Volt Switch out safely. Let's see. He could go into Celesteela here, which I could definitely see. I actually think Volt Switching Protecting is the best play here. Yeah, Volt Switching Protecting is the best play here because of the fact if he does have Tectonic Rage, goes into Feeny, I'm in huge trouble because I can't knock out the Garchomp reliably. So I'll just Volt Switch here. If he's Scarf, that's a lot easier to deal with, as he's going to withdraw into Celesteela like anticipated. Let's see if he's Scarf or not. That's a big question, as Feeny will protect here. If it's not Scarf, I'm going to regret not going for Moonblast, aren't I? It's not Scarf. Okay, that's good, as I will be able to get the Volt Switch off. That does so much damage to Celesteela. That did so much damage to Celesteela. I'm going to go out into my Heatran, as Heatran will be able to come out, and I'm guessing he's going to go for his Poison Jab. Okay, so it's not Tectonic Rage. Let's see, what could have had the Z-move on his team? Oh, I'm an idiot. I said I was going to pay attention to the last episode. Obviously I didn't, because I already revealed that he already used his Z-move. I have Stone Edge on this Heatran. Huh, for Charizard, I guess. I'm just going to Moonblast plus Heat Wave. I think it's a safe call no matter what. I have the Shuckle Berry on Heatran, so I should be able to live one Earthquake from Garchomp. I mean, most Heatrans should be able to live an Earthquake from Landers, so I assume if I don't, I'll be a very sad person. But as long as I get the KO on Garchomp, I think I win with my Manectric anyway. Yep. Shuckle Berry. Moonblast comes out into Garchomp, which will be able to pick up the KO if it's not Assault Vest. Oh, wow. Survives. Focus Sash. Okay. I'm glad I went for Heat Wave. Double connects. And that'll be the end of Celesteela combined with Garchomp. And now I can just click Moonblast, Flash Cannon to win the game. So very nice. I feel very silly for thinking it was Tectonic Rage, or thinking you could use Tectonic Rage when the Z move already happened from Primarina. But either way, I still think my play was safe. Like, I still think my play was safe. Like, overall, I could have just went into maybe Manectric the following turn. And yeah, I think it worked out either way. So just gonna be able to Flash Cannon and Moonblast, and that will be a good game to my opponent. As yeah, Moonblast is gonna come out, and that should finish off the Primarina. And Manectric kind of already cleaned up in the back anyway. As Primarina is gonna go down, and that'll be a good game to my opponent. So we start off today's episode with 1-0. Not bad, not bad. Mega Manectric already doing a lot of work, doing a lot of damage. I'm actually surprised Primarina took the Thunderbolt better than the Celesteela did with Volt Switch. I'm still kind of surprised about that. But let's move on to the next game. I'm not exactly sure what the calc is for that one. As let's just move on to the next game. So yeah, Mega Manectric's a pretty cool Pokemon. Of course, maybe HP Ice would make it better. I'm not sure about Flamethrower over HP Ice. I guess it depends on like what you're facing or what the team has trouble. I mean, supporting against Ferrothorn is pretty good with this team. but HP Ice would kind of help against maybe the Landers, but I guess we have enough for Landers since we have like 4 Pokemon that can help against Landers as we find our next opponent from Spain with a 15-16 rating. Using a QR code team of Tyranitar, Landisfarian, Metagross, Zapdos, Tapu Lele, and Ferrothorn. So I'm guessing that's Psychic Seed on Zapdos. Maybe Fighting Seed, Lele, Mega Metagross, probably Scarf. Tyranitar, I don't know what kind of Landers that might be. Maybe Band, Assault Vest. Let's see, how do I want to handle this team? If I had to, well, let's see. Double Intimidate's pretty good against this team, it really is. So I think I want to lead Manectric. I think Manectric's a pretty solid lead. It just does a lot to my opponent's side. And maybe I want to just lead Manectric Heatran or Manectric Fini. I think Manectric Heatran's fine actually. And I'll have Tapu Fini and Landers in the back. I think that's fine. Vanillix doesn't really do much. It only hits the Landers and Zapdos, which I feel like my other Pokemon can kind of handle pretty safely, and the Cresselia doesn't really do much in this matchup. It only helps against Landers, really. Toxic could be nice, but I don't think I really need Toxic to wear anything down. He doesn't have like anything that really requires Toxic. So let's see how this is going to go. This should be an interesting one. Although, if it is Fighting Z Lele, that is very hard for my team. If he leads Landers, that's also very hard for me. And I had to decide whether I want to Mega Evolve right away or keep my Lightning Rod for Zapdos. So Landers for Ferrothorn will lead, okay. That's okay. Because I led Manectric Heatran, yeah. So this would be great because an HP Ice would be great here. But I could just switch on to Landers and Protect, which is a very safe play. Ferrothorn should not attack here, no matter what. He might be afraid of the HP Ice, but I'm going to go into Landers here. And I'm just going to Protect. He's Tectonic Rage, I guess that's annoying because he wastes Shucker Berry. But yeah, I'm just going to make the safe play, go out on Landers. Next turn's going to be a bit problemsome though, as I kind of want to Tech Rage to Ferrothorn, anticipating maybe Tyranitar to switch in potentially. Although Zapdos could definitely switch in. But I will be able to get Intimidate off onto both of these Pokemon. And let's see, Ferrothorn should Protect. If it doesn't Protect, that's kind of interesting, but I would assume. Yeah, okay, so Ferrothorn protects, I suppose my Heatran, and we're probably going to see Earthquake. Yep, this is a standard Earthquake. I do have the Shucker Berry, so my Heatran will be able to survive and just fire off a Heat Wave anyway. And I could just go for a knockoff and get rid of this Landers' item. Tech Rage would be annoying on this Landers, although I would more assume it would be on the Lele. So I'm just going to Heat Wave here. I don't care if he switches out into Tyranitar, I'd rather get damage on this Landers, which is a huge threat to my team. Put in the range of my Manectric's Flamethrower, as well as chipping away whatever is either the Ferrothorn, either getting the KO, or potentially just chipping away that Tyranitar, putting it in range of, I don't know, maybe Earthquake later in the game, or a T-Bolt plus Earthquake. So there are a lot of options right here that my opponent can do. Not sure what my opponent really does here though. I would assume he switches out for Ferrothorn though, or he stays in and just Earthquakes himself. So potentially, I just hope Heat Wave connects, and you don't crit. I really hope both of those things happen. So Earthquake's gonna come out. That's a crit. That's annoying. And I had Shucker Berry too. The fact he was intimidated, that really stinks. Knockoff into the Landorus. Gets rid of your Choice Scarf. Okay, so your Choice Scarf. Knock off into Ferrothorn, you're not going to do anything. That's so annoying though. I would have been able to got a Heat Wave, knock out Ferrothorn, assuming it hits. And putting this Landers in range of Rock Slide, that just really saltens my mood here. Beanie comes out. I mean, Manectric comes out. And I can Rock Slide, I guess. I think I have to start going for some Rock Slide flinches at this point. I don't think. I'll just Rock Slide and Protect here. Like, I could go for a Flamethrower into Landers, but I don't think it's worth it just yet. I also don't want to reveal I have Flamethrower and go into Protect a Ferrothorn. Like, I'd rather for Alpha and go for Leech Seed and feel it's safe against my Manectric. Oh, but this is going to be a tough one. That definitely is going to be tough. This is definitely going to be a tough one now. Landers is going to retreat. Okay. It's Tyranitar. That's fine. Let's see what Ferrothorn does. I wonder if he's going to pull a double from Tyranitar back into Landers. Try to waste my Z move. We'll protect here. Let's see if Ferrothorn goes for anything. It just protects, which, you know, best case scenario for me since I don't reveal that I have Flamethrower. I think he was just scouting for the HP Ice. Although I think he was Scarf, so he could have just Earthquake freely. So that's, I guess, it makes reasonable sense just to Earthquake turn 1. But now I can go for a Tectonic Rage. I don't think I really care if he switches out into Landorus again. One, because if I can get rid of Tyranitar here, I will. Like, I absolutely will. And I'll just regular stay in Flamethrower because Flamethrower should be able to knock out Ferrothorn. So I think this is fine. He also wastes his Protect already, so no matter what, even if he switches out, let's say Ferrothorn into the Lander slot, I will be able to get a KO on that Landers with a double up. And Tectonic Rage will still hurt the Tyranitar, whether it protects or it's goes in for the attack. So Ferrothorn's going to withdraw. I'm guessing this is Landers coming in. Yep. And that's actually pretty ideal because now I get a Flamethrower off into the Landers, which does a decent amount of damage. Let's see if Tyranitar protects though. I think that's the big question. I don't think he would. I think he's going to try to get momentum. Yeah, by just attacking. So Flamethrower into the Landers. I'm staying in regular form, by the way, because I do need to stay in regular form in order to, in case Zapdos is in the back. If it's Metagross in the back, I do have a strategy. So Landers is going to Mega Evolve, and did I just say Landers is going to Mega Evolve? I wish. I'm still tired. Tectonic Rage is going to go out into Tyranitar, and even though we're at -1, Tyranitar took a bit of chip, and this should KO. To be honest, it's base 145. Yeah, like Tyranitar was not surviving that. So Tyranitar goes down, which is great, because but now, like, there's one problem, and that's called Scarf Lele. If it, well, actually no, my opponent can't have Scarf Lele. My opponent actually can't have Scarf Lele because of the fact, yeah, my opponent can't have Scarf Lele because it's Scarf Landers. At least I realized that because I often say that Pokemon is Scarf, even though we've already seen the Scarf on something else, mainly VGC. Let's see here. What is he gonna have in the back? I'm guessing Metagross. Yep, Metagross is gonna come out. I guess I could just double protect here. Or I could just switch out Landorus, which I think is the better play, into my Tapu Fini. And I'll just protect my Manectric here. I definitely don't need Tapu Fini to win this game. I really don't. Let's see. Question is, what does Metagross do? Does it attack this turn? Does it go for... Like, I could see maybe Protect Earthquake. I could see Metagross just attacking. I don't want to Mega Evolve Manectric, of course, because of the clear body on Metagross. If Metagross decides to Mega Evolve here, I can Intimidate it next turn when I Mega Evolve with my own Manectric. Basically, Fini isn't really worth anything in this game. I just need Intimidate on to this Metagross to slow it down. So I will retreat my Landers so I can get the Intimidate off, and I'll go into Fini because it spams Muddy Water, which, you know, knocks out Landers, gets a bit of chip on the Metagross, which is pretty nice. So, yep, Metagross is going to Mega Evolve, that's okay. I guess maybe if my opponent goes for double knockout, that's pretty annoying, but I still think I'm okay. So let's see here. Metagross is going to protect, that's the best call. That's the best thing that could have probably happened. And Manectric's going to protect as well, as I'm guessing it's an Earthquake then. Yep, it's an Earthquake. So that's pretty ideal here, because Fini's not going to take... Well, actually, it's going to take a lot. It's not Intimidated, is it? Yeah, Fini took a lot. It's a crit. Okay. I was just about to say, that did a bit too much for my liking. But I still feel like we're okay here, because now I can just Volt Switch into the Metagross and Muddy Water. After the double Intimidate I'm about to draw off on both of these Pokemon, I feel like I'm in a pretty good spot. I'm just going to Muddy Water here, and I'll Mega Evolve Volt Switch the Metagross, go into my Landers. If my opponent does predict this, I might be in a bit of trouble. Yet, even if he predicts and goes for, let's say, Ice Punch in Manectric, I feel like I'm still fine because then Lander shouldn't be able to knock out Feeny, and I get a Voltage plus Muddy Water into the Metagross, which, you know, should allow my Flamethrower to be able to knock out the Metagross, and Rock Slide should be able to knock out the Ferrothorn. So, Ferrothorn's actually going to come out here, which is a bit interesting here. As Manectric gonna Mega Evolve. What if I Flamethrower that slot though? That's kind of risky. Let's see if Landers protects or not. I don't think he's protecting. I think he's going for Earthquake again and try and knock out my Manectric before it can do something to that Metagross. So I'll just be able to Volt Switch here. Yep, Volt Switch into the Ferrothorn, and this is pretty good because I get my Landerson. I get my Landers, get the Intimidate off, I avoid an Earthquake, and hopefully I just am able to pick up the knockout on his Landers, which would be very, very nice. Let's see. Let us see. He just goes for Earthquake again. That's gonna do a small amount to Ferrothorn and Feeny, but mainly I just need, okay, yes. The water does connect on the Landers, which is huge because getting rid of that Landers is very nice. Getting rid of that Landers is very nice. But look at Ferrothorn. Ferrothorn has already taken a lot of damage, and I guess playing around the Ice Punch is still a bit tricky, yet I don't feel like it's the worst thing in the world. Like, playing around Ice Punch is definitely going to be a bit annoying. I still feel like I put myself in the best position where I can potentially, unless I Flamethrower the Landers slot. I guess, no, Flamethrower the Landers would have been better when he's, instead of Volt Switching, but I didn't expect him to actually make the Ferrothorn switch. Now, I don't know what he's going to do, but I feel like the best play is just to Muddy Water and switch out into my Manectric on probably, I would assume, the Ice Punch. He might protect Metagross, anticipating, let's say, a Earthquake. If he has Ice Punch, he goes for it now. And he can't freeze me, fortunately. The worst thing he can do is crit me, and I do want to double Intimidate off into both of these Pokemon because it slows them down immensely here. So, gonna get Manectric in, get the Intimidate off, which is very helpful. Very helpful. And yeah, he just goes for Ice Punch, which is fine. Doesn't crit. Muddy Water comes out. This should be able to knock out the, well, it doesn't knock out anything, but puts that Metagross in a decently low range, and we get the accuracy drop. Very unfortunate for my opponent. Power Up is going to come out, target down to Feeny. Yep. Or his Power Up maybe doesn't have Gyro Ball, but able to knock out my Feeny, and I can now go out into my Landers, gets the Intimidate off. Stand Subsides, which is really good for my Manectric. I don't think this Manectric can beat my, I don't think his Metagross can beat my Manectric, so I think all I have to really do is get rid of Ferrothorn. As I get Landerson for the Intimidate. And I can just Flamethrower Protect, I think. Well, Zen Headbutt's still going to do a lot, but I don't think Zen Headbutt knocks out my Manectric. And I feel like the thing that can do the most damage currently is that Ferrothorn, so I'm going to Flamethrower, because Power Whip might actually be able to knock out my Manectric here. I also don't know, he might just Ice Punch here, he could Zen Headbutt, but I don't think he is. I don't think he is. Yeah, as he stays in with Ferrothorn, and I get the Flamethrower off, and unless Zen Headbutt knocks out my my Manectric, I should just win the game right here, so let's see. Yeah, he just goes for Ice Punch in the Landers, and now I can just Flamethrower knock off, and that would be guaranteed the game, because Flamethrower will put him in range and knock off, so, and Manectric does outspeed the Metagross, so no matter what, I at least get 2 Flamethrowers off, or Flamethrower knock off, both of them combo, and pick up the knockout into Metagross anyway, and that would be good game to my opponent. So, Flamethrower almost able to pick up the knockout on Metagross by itself, ironically, and then Muddy Water accuracy drop. That's also another reason why I didn't really fear the Metagross, is because if it went for like a Zen Headbutt into my Manectric, it could have missed as well. So, able to pick up these, I believe that was second game? I'm pretty sure that was the second game, but very good game. Very good game. Of course, the crit really did set me back, because I would have just been able to pick up a double knockout, and then his team was grounded, and then I could just, you know, Earthquake potentially just to win if I was just able to get enough Intimidates, but, you know, that's fine. I feel like was still able to play that game just as well. So we're gonna go for one more, I think. Yeah, we're gonna go for one more and hopefully pick up another win. Let's see. We're almost at 1600s too, which is very nice, and maybe we can reach it in today's episode. Who knows? We could reach in today's episode. We could, you know, drop down again. I don't think I've ever reached 1800s though on Devil's Battle Spot. I feel like it's been cursed. Emolga. Okay, Hydreigon, Emolga, Mimikyu, Xurkitree, Gigalith, and Araquanid. So Ashton Cox, the VGC 2017 International Champion, actually used Emolga at the next tournament after he won Internationals. It gets Speed Swap. I think it gets Ally Switch, maybe it does. I don't know. It gets Tailwind with it gets Motor Drive. It gets Motor Drive, I know that, but I don't know if it gets a Lightning Rod. I'm pretty sure it's just Motor Drive. What's really good is my Manectric. Like, my Manectric can just absorb these electric attacks really well. Mimikyu is really annoying though. Like, Mimikyu is actually a big threat. I think I want to go Manectric plus, I want to say Landorus, because I think Landorus is pretty good. I actually think Genie's not really worth much, is it, in this game? No, it's not really. Vanillux is actually decent. I think Heatran's also decent. I'm going to go with these four, because Vanillux, what it can do is, if that's like a Sash Mimikyu, I could just Volt Switch, break its disguise turn 1, Tectonic Rage it, and if it is Sash, go into Vanillux and pick up the knockout onto Mimikyu from there. So let's see how this is going to go, because I'm not exactly sure. Did we even see a potential Z move from my opponent? I mean Mega Evolution. Hydreigon's not one, Mimikyu's not one, Araquanid and Gigalith are not, Mimikyu's not. What's the last Pokemon? Xurkitree. Yeah, no Mega Evolution on my opponent's team, which is interesting. I don't know what the Z move will be. Could be Z Hypnosis, could be Z Destiny Bond, could be Z Trick Room. Mimikyu Rockman is going to take the field, which I do not mind, as I'll be able to lead my Manectric plus Landorus. And this is probably the best situation I could have asked for, because I'll just Volt Switch Tectonic Rage and Mimikyu turn 1. Araquanid is a bit scary, but I don't think it wants to take a possible Thunderbolt plus Rock Slide combination. And I'd rather prevent Trick Room. I'd rather prevent Trick Room from going up, so I'm gonna go for the Volt Switch into Tectonic Rage here, into the Mimikyu. Definitely could see Araquanid just protecting. Although, yeah, because Rock Slide plus Thunderbolt is very likely, but we're gonna see the switch in a Gigalith actually, okay. So I'm gonna get my Vanillux in. Volt Switch into the Mimikyu, and let's see if this is Sash. Actually, do I even have to bring out Vanillux? I don't, because, oh wait, it's not sick. Okay. So, I think my opponent expected an electric type move into that. I don't get it. One, it wasn't Sandstream on the, oh wow, my webcam's not focusing. But one, it wasn't Sandstream on the Gigalith, it was Sturdy. Two, yeah. Well, that was definitely an interesting game. But I don't think I'm gonna play anymore actually, because I think I'm up to time, so I do apologize, but I really have some stuff to do, and I want to try to record as many episodes as I can. But anyway, I hope everyone did enjoy today's episode of Devil's Battle Spot. If you did, please leave a like down below. It shows the support, as well as you can check out the rest of my stuff down below. You can check out my social medias as well down below, previous episodes, my main series, VGC 17 back-to-back battles, and yeah, a lot more side series stuff coming soon. And yeah, hope you have a great day, and I'll see you around in another video.